Here we go. It's the Pool Fanatic Show. That's right, the Pool Fanatic. And that's Tony Caruso. We are live on this, what is it, a New Year's weekend, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, it's the first Saturday in a brand new year, 2016. Give your call to the Pool Fanatic, and that would be at 844-220-0965. We got a producer back there who hasn't done anything all day, because all the shows have been repeats. So now Chris has to wake up. He's got to answer the phone. Got to get the text all in line at 21232. But if you want to talk to Tony, he is the Pool Fanatic, Orlando Luxury Pools, TC Water Features, 844-220-0965, 844-220-0965. I was in a swimming pool a few days ago.
Wow, Rob.
Very good swimming pool weather until this morning about 6.
There you go. I feel really bad, Rob. You guys have been napping all day, and now you're having to do a live radio show with me. And
slept till noon.
You know what? I'm glad I woke both of you guys up. I come in here. Chris has got his headphones on. He's not even knowing he don't even hear me come in the door because that's how soundproof this room is. But he can't even feel the pressure when the door opens. And here I catch you over there wanting to get on another radio station. That's okay. No, but I'm blessed to have you back.
I own that station. I had to check on it.
Well, you know what, Rob? I don't blame you there. You know, it's nice to be here. First day of the new year. Actually, January 2 is, I believe, the day that we will call this the second day of January.
I think everybody has totally lost track of what day it is.
But that's okay.
I don't think anybody knows.
But that's okay. At least I'm not out in the hustle and bustle of going to the mall and doing all that crazy shopping. But we did go watch the movie The Hateful Eight, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah. Little did I know. I guess I should have realized didn't know it was a 3-hour movie, that some theaters are playing intermissions. But you know what? I'm not a big Quentin Tarantino kind of guy.
I don't think there's too many Quentin fans there.
No, there wasn't a lot of people there. But it was actually the premiere night, and we went to a smaller theater, which was good. It was okay. You know, that's about the only outdoor entertainment we've done besides watching movies outside on the outdoor movie screen.
Which you can have in your backyard.
Yes, sir, you can have one in your backyard. But I really kind of stay out of the hustle and bustle of the shopping venue because it was absolutely crazy. So I do believe there has been a rebound in the economy because it sure showed at the stores. I can tell you that, Rob. Mm-hmm. Sure did show. So, you know, we didn't take any time off for the Christmas holiday, really? And we didn't take any off for the New Year's holiday except for Christmas Day, and had a wonderful and a Merry Christmas, and I hope both of you and Chris did as well. And I got off about 5:30 New Year's Eve. Wasn't going out to no late evening parties, that's for sure.
Right.
Went to the movies, though, and, just nonstop. So I had a great week last week, met a lot of people. People are still, believe it or not, buying swimming pools. Sold a very, very nice swimming pool on New Year's Eve. A couple renovations last week. A couple new pool service accounts last week. You know, so it was a great week last week. You know, we're looking forward to 2016 that surpasses the 2015. I know by far I was the top salesman in my company, because I'm the only salesman, so I did a good job last year.
Did you get an award?
No awards, Rob. The rewards were, keeping my family busy, keeping them healthy, and blessed to be working around them. So this year, looking forward to a lot of growth. So what we're going to talk about today is the things that you should be considering doing, hopefully in the next 30 to 60 days, because believe it or not, Rob, before long, spring will be here. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go back into, I know it only cooled off for a couple hours today, and we've got about a week of cool off that the weather shows us. So I'm not really sure what it's going to do. You were out swimming yesterday, the day before. I got it. Pool water, my pool was 78 degrees. That's perfectly warm enough to go swimming in. So you need to plan for what you're going to do in the spring. Mm-hmm. And that's getting that new pool built. That's getting that swimming pool altered, modified, renovated, upgraded with some great Hayward products, or getting your pool service taken care of by a quality contractor. Now, something that most people don't realize, the difference between quality pool service and splash and dash pool service is night and day. Mm-hmm. But what you should need to know about the splash and dash pool service guy, he only services your pool 48 weeks a year. He can miss 4 weeks a year because of inclement weather or holidays. Yeah. Or maybe a day that the service tech didn't come in. We service swimming pools 52 weeks a year.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
52 weeks a year. Yeah, there's no skipping here. And one of the things that you get with the 52 weeks a year is you get 52 weeks of service, period.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for us to do our Friday accounts, which Christmas Day and New Year's Day were on Friday this year.
Yeah, they were.
My guys were really, really humping it to get all these done. And they did not miss a beat. And I absorbed the overtime because I give my guys holiday pay too. So not only did they have to do all their pools that week to have Christmas Day and New Year's Day off, they got paid overtime because that's just one of the things that we do. We absorb that. So I got a really cool phone call on Thursday from a private customer that we just talked about. And he asked me about another pool service guy that I had known for a really long time, 15, 20 years. And he says, man, I just don't see the guy enough. He charges me a lot of money, and I just don't see him. So we'll start taking care of his pool next week.
You bet. You know, one of the things, I'm sorry.
Because he's going to start seeing us in the backyard.
And you'll be there. One of the things I was thinking of on the drive in today was there's probably a lot of people with the splash and dashers, and that splash and dash guy is not known for his detailed oriented. Anyway, he's not detailed.
He's not, detail oriented. Yeah.
So anyway, I was just thinking about the leaves and all that because people haven't been doing their lawn work because they didn't need to. So all of a sudden, there's probably leaves and brush around all the pool motors.
Not only
that can be bad.
Yeah, the moisture that gets trapped around these pumps rusts the bottom of these motors out. You've got to keep that landscape debris out from underneath that motor because if you do not do so, what's going to happen is your motor's going to all that decomposed material holds moisture.
Yeah.
And that moisture will rust the bottom of the motor out. Of course, it's going to get into your windings, make your bearings sound bad. And there's nothing like going to someone's house and their neighbor's pump is whining. That's like an aggravated child, whining. I mean, but the whine is very ear piercing. So, and that's bearings. So to rebuild these motors and put bearings in them, time you take the motor out, you take it down, get it rewound, put new bearings in it, buy a new seal plate, gasket, O-rings, put it back together. You might as well just replace the motor. Just might as well, because there's only going to be a 6-month warranty on that motor. And something that you really need to know about motors, for instance, all motors are made in a foreign country except one. And that's a company called Regal Beloit. They make their motors right here in America. But A.O. Smith, Century, Magnatech, Centurion, all those motors are made in either Mexico or China. The cool thing about Hayward's products is all of their motors are made in Germany except on their uprated motors. They're big, they're 3 horsepowers and up. Those are made in either Mexico or China. Now, I love the German technology on the motors. That's where these variable speeds come from. And Hayward's variable speed is 23% more energy efficient than any motor on the market today.
Good.
And if you want to start saving money immediately, and I mean immediately, I have one of the employees that works here at Cox Radio. I thought he was going to be on my show today. He said he would try to come by, and I'll talk about it for a second. I've known Tim for a long time. I play baseball with him, and I didn't realize that he worked at Cox until we played a little bit, in a couple games, and he found out. Well, come to find out, there's 2 guys in my ball club that work for Cox. One's a DJ.
Really?
He's at the other end of the hall down there.
Oh, okay.
Down there. And then, of course, Tim. And Tim with us down. I played with him during the fall season. We went down to Roy Hobbs together. And when we got, he kept telling me, I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to buy this house. I want you to renovate my swimming pool. I said, okay, what do you want to have done? He says, I want it resurfaced. I want the energy-efficient pool pump, which is the Hayward MaxFlow VS. I want the new Hayward 200-square-foot cartridge filter. And I want a heat pump. And I want my pool resurfaced. So I want my deck cleaned and painted. Now, the only problem about painting decks this time of year is it just doesn't dry out very well. I mean, if you're a north-facing pool, that backyard might not dry up at all. So 14 days later, I drained his pool, resurfaced his pool correctly, new pump, new filter, new heat pump, had all the equipment installed in 2 days. Then I'm at the mercy of getting on the schedule to get the resurface done. So right about 13 days later, 14 at the most, 100% done. He moves into his new house, bang go, ready to go for Christmas. So he basically has a completely renovated swimming pool. Looks stunning, by the way.
Man.
I tell you what, some of these finishes that we do are just absolutely gorgeous. So Upgrading your equipment is a must. And I promised him here's the problem with him. He doesn't know what his power bill is going to be like because he just moved in a house.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But the homeowner had given him some records for the last year's power bills, so he knows what his average monthly should be. And I said, Tim, guess what? $50 a month, right off the top. Right off the top. So you're going to save $600 your first year just alone in energy just on putting that max flow variable speed in. And the cartridge filter I put a 200 square foot cartridge filter in. Mm-hmm. It takes less than 13 gallons to rinse that thing out and put it back in versus if you have a DE filter or, God forbid, you have a dinosaur sand filter on your pool. Those take 200 to 400 gallons to backwash out. So you're looking at a huge difference of time. Yeah, I got to flip the valve and let the thing backwash, but people don't realize there's also a rinse cycle on those multi-port style valves where you have to run the rinse cycle and then backwash again to clean the backside of the filters. But that's okay. So amazing technology. We're getting ready to start a project on Monday. We're going to add an awesome spa to the deep end of a swimming pool. I'm also going to cut the shallow end out of the pool and extend it and put a sun shelf beach area in. And I'll put a periscope bubbler nozzle in the sun shelf. But what I'm going to do, instead of having a spillover in the spa, trade secret. Okay, I'll give it up.
Can't do that.
I'll give this one up. The illusion is that the water from the spa is going to spill into the pool, but it's not. Okay, but it's still going to work off the pool pump. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sheet flow waterfall where the spillover will be with LED lights on it. The illusion is that water comes over the spa spillover and out the waterfall, and it's illuminated.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not doing it that way. I'm putting a dump line in the spa at the normal water level, and I'll just let the water dump into the pool, down in the pool wall. So the illusion is going to be that the spillover for the spa is making the waterfall work, but it's not. It's actually going to be really, really cool. So
neat is that?
Yeah. So that's coming up. I'm going to take all the old dinosaur pumps out, the old dinosaur filter, the old 150,000 BTU gas heater that serves no purpose. I'm going to put a 400,000 in. They're going to be using 19 minutes of gas versus 75 minutes worth of gas. So just alone in the bigger heater, and they're going to use it. I'm going to save them basically equate to 5 gallons an hour. I'm going to save them 3.5 gallons an hour in gasoline or in propane just by operating the bigger heater. 407-282-4911. Please visit us at Orlando Luxury Pools. Like us on Facebook. Got a lot of nice Facebook likes this past week or two. That's TC Water Features. Like us on Facebook, where amazing things can happen in your backyard.
And they certainly do, and amazing things happen when you called the show. It's the Pool Fanatic Show at 844-220-0965, 844-220-0965, or you can text us at 21232 21232. We'll be back after 3 big things you need to know. Hey, we're back, and you could text Tony. Tony is the Pool Fanatic, Orlando Luxury Pools, TC Water Features. We're asking the experts. We are live. This is the first Saturday. Trying to keep track here. First Saturday in January. It's been a really, really long holiday season. You could call Tony right now at 844-220-0965. That's 844-220-0965. Text us at 21232, 21232, just like this gentleman did that says, Tony, I've been running my pool 8 hours a day, and last month my power bill was the third lowest it's ever been in the 8 years that I've lived in my house. And it's signed by a guy named Cosmo.
The guy that can prove that the master color is white.
True.
That was a great show, by the way. Cosmos, thanks
People
for the...
are still scratching their heads because they don't understand.
Yeah, well, Cosmos, thanks for the comment. You know what? And here's what's interesting about his comment. He's lived in his house for 8 years, okay? Right. So he's experienced hot Decembers and cold Decembers. So to have the third lowest power bill in 8 years, attribute that. So for 7 years, he didn't have a Hayward system. For not quite 1 year, he's had a Hayward system. So he's got the 1.85 TriStar variable speed.
Right.
Not the 1.5, but the 1.85. I think that's a 1.85. He's got OmniLogic. He's got Aquarite and Sense and Dispense with LED lights. And then sheet flow waterfalls, periscope. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mini Bimini blue pebble interior finish, which is one of our standard colors. Mini Bimini blue is a very beautiful blue color, and you don't pay a premium for that color. You know, when you start comparing pool finishes, I went to a job on Wednesday, and no one would drive out there because they said it was too far for a resurface, but they would go out there for a salt system. Well, come on, folks.
Okay.
Anyhow, it wasn't far. It was 14 miles from my office. I drive out there, take a look at the pool. It was already drained, and which is not a great thing, but the pool was so green. They just bought the home. The pool was so green. Chemically treating this pool would have taken about 3 weeks to get it turned around, 2 or 3 weeks to get it turned around, a lot of chemicals. They drained the pool. And so now I can stand in this pool and kind of go walk through and show the customer what I'm going to do to this backyard area. And long and behold, I started showing them that this pool was not bond coated with its last pool finish interior application. And how I could do that, I could walk over the wall and thumb it off or just pick it off with my fingernail.
Oh, no.
And I have a fingernail left. See, it's gone. Anyhow, no, I'm only teasing. So I could pick this finish off, and I'm explaining to them why we're different than the other guy. I said, do me a favor. And he's a house flipper. He knows what he's doing. So how thick you think that pool finish is right there? I said, you think it's a 1/4 inch? He goes, no, I don't think so. I think it's probably closer to 3/16. Well, guess what? That's called thin to win. You know, it's thin applied. Mm-hmm. The applicator wins because he's not putting as much product on there, so he's going to make more money. Oh. So anyhow, they had gotten one other bid, and I was a little bit higher. And it's normal that I'm going to be higher because I'm going to put the pool finish on between 3/8. On a pebble finish, it's closer to 1/2 inch to 5/8 thick. Wow. 1/2 inch to 5/8 thick, Rob. This refinish was less than 3/16, or right about an average of 3/16 of an inch thick. And there was about 9 or 10 pop-off spots in the pool. And I said, you know what? Before I apply this pool finish, I'm going to sound test the whole finish to take all the delaminated material off the pool. And so I am a little bit more than the other guy, but I actually sold them exactly how the industry standard tells you to apply it. Not that 3/16, not that 1/4 inch. We're on a pebble, we're 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch thick. And I said, look, now that your pool's drained, look at that bench over there. Is that thing crooked or what? Does it go from right to left? Sure enough, it went right to left about 1.25 inches in 5 feet. Oh. So now you're sitting on a bench it's tilted. So no edge tile. So we put step and bench tile on because we want level steps. And we want perfectly horizontal steps. Mm-hmm. So we put step tile on there. My competitors do those little inlays. I despise the little inlays on a step for the simple reason they can be slippery.
Yes, they are.
Hello. And they're not technically legal to be installed there. You can put them there, but you're required to put an edge step on the edge of the face and the edge of the face of each step and tread. Why? So you can define the edge of each step tread. It's required. It's in the ANSI 5 standard book, but my competitors won't do that. And the reason they won't do that is because it comes down to dollars and cents. So when you really think about what you're getting, your undercutting, your detail, your preparation, making sure you're going to apply the finish to correct thickness, that's why the other guy is going to be less, because he's giving you less work. When you give less work, of course, your price should be less. I mean, that's real simple, right, Rob?
That's right. When
you go out and you put 20 gallons worth of gas in your car, you paid for 20 gallons of gas. Well, you would think that when you put the pool finish in your pool for a 400 square foot pool, you got the right pool finish. That's not true. It's not a manufactured product that's, we're going to resurface your pool in a warehouse. We're going to bring you your swimming pool. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
It's all hand applied. So you get exactly what you pay for. If you want to redo this pool in the next 10 years, hire the cheaper guy, and you'll be doing the pool again in 10 years. I guarantee these finishes, Rob, will outlive my lifetime. There's no reason why you can't get 50 years out of these stone finishes if you take care of your pool correctly. So while we're doing that process, we're also going to put a salt system in and a pH injector. 407-282-4911. Visit us at Orlando Luxury Pools. Like us on Facebook. That's TC Water Features, where amazing things can happen in your backyard.
The Pool Fanatic Show. Give us a call, 844-220-0965. I've got all open lines, and we are live. This is the first Saturday in a brand new year, 2016. If you're not doing anything else later tonight while you're watching TV, get out your checkbook, and for the first 20 or 25 checks, put in the year, because I guarantee you'll be messing it up. Okay, 844-220-0965, 844-220-0965. Text us, 21232. We ask the experts right here on News 96.5. Hey, we're taking your text for Tony Caruso. He is the Pool Fanatic, and you could text him right now at 21232, or you could call him. I've got all open lines. We are live on this Saturday, first Saturday of the year. That's right, 844-220-0965, 844-220-0965. Tony Caruso, the Pool Fanatic, TC Water Features, Orlando Luxury Pools, and a little bit about what you can do with somebody's backyard, because yours is the ultimate.
And everybody can have the ultimate, because when you think about what's a luxury item, Orlando Luxury Pools, well, swimming pools are a luxury item anyway, aren't they, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you spend that kind of money to put in a pool in your backyard, whether it's a pool, spa, fountain, waterfall, water feature, putting green, basketball court, bocce ball court, outdoor cabana, summer kitchen, barbecue grill, outdoor movie theater, outdoor fireplace. Can I go on? Outdoor lighting, landscaping, go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Those are all luxury items. You want to make sure they're taken care of. Now, our job as a contractor is to educate you the best we absolutely can about what we install in your backyard. So if you desire not to have a pool service company, you know what to do. Now, one of the things that happens when you buy a swimming pool, renovate a swimming pool, or have pool service done by our company is you get great service. Not only do you get great service, you pick up the phone, you ask a question. You need an answer, pick up the phone. There's always somebody in the office that can answer a question. Believe it or not, a lot of people won't ask Tina the questions, but believe it or not, she's a very, very intelligent person when it comes to swimming pools. Ask her a question. Do not need to pass the call one and defer it to me if you don't. If she can't answer it, she'll get you the answer. But and you can talk to me, by the way, when people call the office and I answer the phone, they're wondering why I'm answering the phone. I said, you know what? It's because I'm just an everyday normal person. I do the same thing you do every day. I'm a consumer. When I go home, I do the same things that most consumers do every day. I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not ashamed to do it. I do it because that's life. The more I can help my wife, the more she can help me, the easier life gets. So ask her a question. You'd be surprised how much she knows. She designs all these amazing swimming pools. Well, how does she design them if she doesn't know anything about pools? Well, guess what? She does know. She knows exactly what's going on. She's very intelligent. She's the love of my life, and I'm blessed to be around her, blessed to know her, and definitely blessed as she's a business associate, too, because she does a phenomenal job. And both of my boys, they do a great job. So got a new hire coming in on Monday. Pool service expanding quite nicely. We're going to start stepping out a little bit more. But that's really not our main goal. Our main goal is to protect your investment, whether it's new construction or renovation, or if it's service, we're here to take care of your investment. Swimming pools are a luxury item. You know, not everybody gets to have one. There's only 1.2 million in the state of Florida. We're going to raise that number, Rob. It's a bit more than 1.2 right now, but I can't give you exact stats until probably February. But we're a little bit over 1.2 million pools in the state of Florida. Now, I have legislative days coming up, which is a week from Wednesday. I'll be driving to Tallahassee, going up there to protect the consumers' rights the best I can through our association, through our lobbyists, and through our constituents in the Senate and in the House to let's curtail some of these rules that have no real safety advantage in a swimming pool. Lighting is a big issue that's going to come up. High voltage lights are not dangerous. If you have a high voltage light that's not GFCI protected, if I service your swimming pool, TC Water Features services your pool, we're going to check your breaker, make sure it is GFCI breaker. If it's not, we're going to write you a letter. We're actually going to write you a letter and tell you that if you don't change this out to a GFCI breaker, you're absolutely jeopardizing your family's health.
Oh, wow.
So all 120-volt lights in swimming pools, providing they're GFCI protected, are very safe. Now, 12-volt lights don't have a GFCI breaker on them. We realize the voltage is not what kills you. It's the amperage that kills you. So whether it's 120 volts, you've been zapped by 120 volts. Did you die? No.
Nope.
You've been hit by 12 volts. Did you die? No. Get a half a milliamp across your heart. It'll stop your heart.
Ooh.
Okay. So
Ouch.
we didn't do very good last week. The little boy over in Melbourne didn't drown.
Mm-hmm.
He's close.
Ocean,
Nope. Pool.
bathtub,
Pool.
Close.
Thank God the family was there to administer CPR. And I don't believe the family got a pulse until the paramedics arrived. But the paramedics got a pulse. The boy's doing okay. Unacceptable, though.
Was this a sneak out of the house type deal?
Nah, you know how spotty they
never
are
know.
on news,
You never know.
and I don't get to sit around the TV like I need to. I'm a productive individual, so I don't watch a lot of TV.
We should
but I
make
did.
Chris do that.
Well, he's on vacation.
No,
He
I don't
comes
mean
back
your Chris.
tomorrow.
I mean this Chris.
Oh, this Chris right here. Find out about that.
You got
Chris.
no time.
But there's no excuse for this. I don't care if it's a slip out of the house. There's no excuse for this.
True.
We must know. Rob, do you know where your wallet is?
Right. I sure do.
You know where your keys are?
Yes, right there.
Okay.
That's
Your
my
watch?
keys. Got my watch on. It's a heavy one today. It's a red one.
Are they valuable to
Very
you?
nice Invicta. Oh, yeah.
Are they replaceable?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Guess what?
Kids are not.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
You know where your car is?
Should be out there in that lot somewhere.
It was in the parking lot when I
I'm
pulled
thinking
up.
It better be out
Well,
there.
I didn't see Larry
This is
Perry's
Orlando.
there, but
It's just Orlando, so we never know.
well,
Ooh.
yeah. Well, Rob, your car's in the I tell you, your car's in the parking lot. I know it's insured. I know my truck's insured. I'm pretty sure Chris's car's insured, but you can't insure
No.
a lost loved one.
Cannot imagine
Yeah,
that 1 second that a child gets away from you,
let's not
and your life is forever
changed.
changed.
Yeah, let's not become complacent.
Not do that.
Now that it's that time of year is rolling back around, it's time to sit down and design that new swimming pool.
Yeah.
It is. Granted, oh, wow, the feds raised the rates 0.25%.
Big deal.
What's that, 38 cents a month on $1,000? Not much.
It's like
okay.
nothing.
We can absorb that. So those who have retirement money in accounts that are drawing interest, you actually be able to get a little interest on it now. But, it's time that things inch back up just ever so slightly. Let's keep the buying power in the consumer. Let's get rid of the current government that we have today. And that could be cleaning about House and Senate too. Go all to the top, bring it on down. Let's go back to we the people again. Let's leave the Second Amendment alone. Let's protect the rights that we have. Now, this guy that's in charge now is going to start playing with the Second Amendment on Monday. Not sure he's going to get away with it. But don't mess with do not mess with the Constitution. That's what our forefathers wrote. I got a nice little book the other day, and of course the Gettysburg Address says 7 years ago. You know what that means, Rob?
Scores 20 years.
Thank you. So we do 87 years from the date that he did the address. It comes back to 1776. What's 1776 represent? The signing of the Declaration of Independence. So even our number 16th president down the road is believing and knows that the Constitution is the Constitution. Do not mess with the Constitution.
Don't be messing with
What are we on, 43 now?
Yeah.
He's trying to mess with the Constitution. President, stick your fingers out of the Constitution. That's what it's for. It's we the people. Let's go back to being we the people. So it's going to be an election year. A lot of things are going to change this year. Hopefully for the better. We get rid of entitlements. We go back to being a stronger economy. The government finally realizes that corporate tax at 35 to 40% in this country no longer exists. Let's bring business back to America. Let's go back to we the people, red, white, and blue. We bleed red, white, and blue. Let's bring this country back to where it was, where it needs to be, and stop depending on foreign dependency on oil. We shouldn't be importing any oil at all. The Keystone Pipeline should be operating currently today. Put Americans back to work. You want to raise rates? You want to raise unemployment? You want to raise minimum wage? Do so, but bring the business back here so we can support that change. I'm all for the flat tax. Even if you're a criminal, you have to pay tax. So by that being said, next year, we're already in next year.
Yeah, we're here.
It's going to be a great year.
I look at the number of people because, I'm during the week, I'm very much aligned with one of the mortgage companies in town. And I'm amazed at the people who do not know that a couple of years in the past 5 or 6 years, we have seen 14% appreciation of our equity. There's a lot of people that are sitting on a swimming pool right now. They just don't know it.
Right.
Because the equity is there in their house and they're not using it.
Sure.
Put a pool in the backyard for crying out loud.
Yes, I don't care for the word.
The bank's not going to pay you any money.
I don't care for the word staycation, but you can have your own vacation in your backyard. You know, it's a lot less expensive. And the cool thing about it is you can't put it in the garage. You can't trade it in. You can't let the neighbor take it to his house. It's in your backyard. Take care of your investment. So, you know, we look at, we've talked about this before, Rob, you spend $30,000 for a car, $40,000, whatever that number may be, you park it in the garage 3 to 4 years later, get rid of it, you start all over again. Well, once you buy that pool, it's in your backyard. Now, you have to maintain it. Who's going to maintain that investment in your backyard? Something that I want to bring up that's very important that you need to know is now it's finally cooling off a little bit for a week. So those who want to sit in their spa tonight or tomorrow night or Monday night, whatever that might be, you want to make sure you've cleaned all the combustibles out from around your gas heater.
Oh, yes.
Those combustibles are related to dry, decomposing matter. Make sure it's away. Clean it up. Don't let any bushes hang over it. Never, never, never put a heater under a tree. You know, you just don't do that. I see hedges growing around them. You know, air conditioners require roughly 18 inches of airspace all the way around the air conditioner outside so it can breathe. You think your gas heater doesn't need the same thing? It actually needs more than that. So guess what? You don't want to put dry combustibles around a gas heater. 407-282-4911. Look, go to our website. It's OrlandoLuxuryPools.com. You can like us on Facebook. We got some really cool stuff. More presence next year. Our social media is picking up a little bit. That's TC Water Features. And I can tell you, Rob, Chris knows this as well as I do. Amazing things can happen in your backyard. But they don't happen in your backyard until you pick up the phone. And that number, again, one more time, it's 407-282-4911.
He does such a good job of that. Hey, it's 844-220-0965. 844-220-0965. I'll say it real slow because we could use a call or two. 844-220-0965. Text us at 21232. We'll be back. We are asking the experts on News 96.5. I know we've all been busy with the holidays, but you know who puts it back all together as we get back to work, back to school, back to whatever? On Monday, Joe Kelly in the morning show, Orlando's only all-news morning show, back on the air. It has been all through the holidays. Poor guy's been working, but now it's kind of, you know, it's official. We're back to work on Monday. I've worked all through, so have you. So's Tina.
Yeah, we haven't stopped.
Everybody's worked right on through.
We haven't stopped. I'm going to really do a little bit of nothing tomorrow, Rob, except plan for what I'm going to do next week.
Really?
I'm going to try to enjoy a good day of football. I got all the lights up today. It only took me about 5.5 hours to take out about 25,000 lights.
You have lights everywhere.
Yeah, kind of methodical because they all came on spools and they're all marked. These lights go here, and in my shed that I have a really nice outdoor shed. They have pegs on the wall, and each little light spool goes in each.
Are you that guy?
Well, not so much.
Are you really that guy?
Well, you know, it was like I got all these spools of wire with lights, and I didn't know where they go. But you know, I'm not that bad. On the lights are definitely. I want to know where they're going to go because I have so doggone many of them. And of course, I think we added about 3,000 this year, so I might have 27 or 28,000 lights up. But it takes me longer than that to put them up. I can tell you that. It's definitely the ones on the top of the house. I got rid of the LEDs on the top of the house this year. I'm going to replace those back because I don't like the fact that there's no real illumination. You can't see that aura when you're driving down the road. But that's just the way I like to have it.
How do you pick out, and Cosmo's probably the only other person that knows the answer to this, and your wife Tina and your brothers and your sons, when you're going to do LED lights in a pool and have it so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you figure out how many you're going to put and how far away they are and what's happening?
There is a rule of thumb. For instance, a Color Logic, Universal Color Logic light will do a 15 by 30 pool rectangle pretty cleanly. But the minute I start throwing offsets in there, which I have one up in Seminole County I'm doing right now, that it gets 2 lights in it because the curvature of the wall. Now, I have another pool that I'm doing in Windermere right now, new construction. It's about 840 square feet. It's 41 feet long. It's really, really wide at the deep end.
Wow.
It's 26 or 24 feet wide, somewhere in there. It's got 2 lights, one in the very deep end on the deep end wall, one halfway down, and I have another one in the shallow end. I needed 3 on that one. Now I'm doing a 15 by 30 pool rectangle, but there's a parge out against the house with 7 by 10 sun shelf. Well, that 15 by 30 illuminate the whole pool, but the sun shelf won't be. So I'm using one of the Hayward Mini 320 series lights, which actually sync with the big light, with the big fixture pool light. So, yeah, and then I'm going to, on that particular job, I've got 3 LED lit waterfalls that'll auto sync to the lights in the pool as well. I got a couple of deck jets in there. Full-blown automation, just really cool. Right on a lake, I had my grade guy come in. He brought in 30 loads of fill just to get the backyard up to grade. Didn't want a retaining wall, so he wanted to bring the fill in, which we did. And I brought another 6 loads in the other day to top it off. And I've got 3,000 square feet of pavers to lay there this week. I think we're going to put on the ground this week, probably around 13 or 14,000 square feet of pavers on the ground just this week coming up alone. I've got a French pattern silver travertine deck to do. I've got 2 other travertine decks to do, and I also have 3 brick decks to do. All different patterns. You know, the cool thing about my company is when I closed the deal on this pool on Thursday, the customer gave me a good idea what they wanted. They lived in Lake County, so instead of bringing them all the way back to Orlando, I said, look, I got 124 paver combinations. I can't bring them all out. Give me an idea. Lake Earth tones, okay. I've got 400 tile choices. Give me an idea. Something in the blues and the greens. I only took 2 greens out. She jumped all over the green. All over it. Oh, yeah. So the color combination package, people don't realize you got to pick your waterline tile, your waterline grout, your trim tile grout. You've got to pick your pool interior finish. You got to pick your coping grout, your deck pattern, your deck color, your deck drain color, and your screen enclosure color.
Gee.
So it's truly a custom swimming pool. What do you want? What can I put? What is your likes? What kind of taste you have? Now I'm doing it's an orange cream pewter deck. Orange cream pewter. Awesome, Rob.
What?
Awesome looking deck. So
makes me think of ice cream.
Yep. Autofills, got an autofill overflow drain, complete Hayward automation system. pH sense and dispense, AquaRite Pro, and also has a full-blown PLPS8 pool and spa remote system on it. Another pool I'm renovating. I'm going to put the finish in it next week. I was truly amazed. We went to put edge tile on the pool, went to hammer and nail in to hold our leveling board up, and the whole bench. We had to wind up taking the whole bench off. It had a 3/4 of an inch of sand bed, a 1/2 inch of cement, and then the pool finish on top of that. They built this bench up, and they used sand as a leveling bed, Rob. So now I had one of those things I can't see, but I can't leave it. Could have, but I wouldn't. Yeah. Couldn't sleep well if I did. Had to rip the whole top of the step off. This thing was 14 feet long, 18 inches wide. Had to rip the entire top of the bench off, build it back up to the right height, and then put our trim tile back on. But to fill that back in, I think it took 14 dry good bags of product, bonding agent, proper mix. People just think that you mix cement up and pour it out. That's wrong. You don't just mix it up and pour it out. You got to kind of make it just like a Rob, question for you.
Yep.
Is the first pancake that you make as good as the second pancake you make?
No way.
Why?
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh,
it was
really?
Everywhere.
Really? You know why your second pancake is better than your first pancake is because your mix sat long enough. It kind of emulsified together, and it kind of came together. Same thing with cement. You turn it, you mix it up real good, you let it sit for a few minutes, turn it again, now you're ready to go. That second turn of that product actually kicks the cement into gear to start curing out. So you've got to mix your cements just right. Yeah. I'm helping a customer out. I cleaned the stains of his pool, put a salt system in, pH injector. He says, "Man, I want to take these glass black out of my spa." I said, "It's not for the faint-hearted." He goes, "No problem. I can do a DIY kind of guy." So I hooked him up. He comes back in the other day. He says, "Man, this is a little bit more than I thought it was going to be," but I'm walking him through it, man. So I'm telling him how to twirl his cements. I'm telling him how to twirl his grouts, and this guy's right on the money, man. There's things that you can do, but it's not for the faint-hearted because you take all the glass block out, you have to fill the hole back in. So, you got to do it right. You just don't. You got to drill and pin it, put rebar, epoxy set dowels in there to make it structurally strong. But I give those hints out. I help my customers out when they want to try to do it themselves. But certain things you don't want to do. You know, I would always suggest that you ask a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Florida Swimming Pool Association member. There's some great members out there. There's some great FSPA members that do pool service. One of the things that you always want to make sure you do is protect your investment. And how do you do that? You hire the right people, the right job. I'm at the right station, Rob, because I'm doing the right job because I got you.
Oh,
if you weren't here, my job would be a lot harder to do. Could I do the show by myself? I probably could.
You could.
But it wouldn't be as much fun.
Oh, you could have.
Then I could pick on Chris then, too. See? Then Chris would have nothing to do. So
that's true.
You know what? I'd rather come in here and not do this show remotely. I'd rather be live and enjoy the company I'm in, because in turn you give back to me. You invite me on your radio stations up in the Villages area.
Yep.
And I enjoy that as well. So it's nice. I'm driving down the road and go, oh, I got to call Rob. I got a 2:15 call in. I'll put that appointment on hold. I'm going to go live at 5 with Rob on the air. So what a great week. I hope everybody continues to have a wonderful rest this weekend. It's going to cool off a little bit. Remember, make sure those combustibles drop from around that heater.
Yes.
All right, we're going to do this again next weekend, Rob. We got 52 weeks coming up. I don't think Christmas is going to bother us again because it's on a Sunday next year, I do
Is that right?
Yeah, so we're going to be live. Maybe they'll preempt me with Christmas music on Christmas Eve. I don't know. Hey, 407-282-4911. Visit us at Orlando Luxury Pools. Like us on Facebook. That's TC Water Features, where amazing things can happen in your backyard.
That's right. There we go. We're asking the experts all weekend long, but we've got cool stuff coming up right after the news. So news, traffic, and weather right here.